Well, today just got a whole lot crazier and confusing all at the same time. So I thought the Baltimore Ravens signing CJ Gardner-Johnson, I thought that was going to be it, and I thought that was going to be enough. That's somebody who can really light a fire under these Baltimore Ravens. But the Baltimore Ravens say, look, we don't just have to bring people in to light fires, but we can also ship them out. Let's read the report. This came from Ian Rappaport. Said, the Baltimore Ravens are trading Odafe Oweh. Get it? They trading Odafe Oweh. Anyway, they're trading away Odafe Oweh to the Chargers. So Odafe Oweh, former first-round draft pick, got 10 sacks last year. We really thought, okay, Odafe Oweh, he really getting it. Things are finally starting to click for him because we know he was very raw coming out of Penn State. The Baltimore Ravens drafted him just solely on his athletic ability and the potential that they saw in him as just a genetic freak. So it didn't work out early on, but then he finally started clicking last year. We was like, okay, it's time. But then this year, it's been very, very quiet for Odafe Oweh. We haven't really heard anything from Odafe Oweh. This offseason, it said, he added 10 to 15 pounds of muscle. So we're like, okay, so he's going to be pushing them offensive linemen back, knocking these running backs out. These tight ends going to try to block him. He's going to say, excuse me, sir, out of my way. But we just really haven't heard anything from him. And then I believe through week 4 or maybe even through week 5, he got outsnapped by Mike Green, by a rookie. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's something right there. But I still did not see this coming. Now, what I was hoping for the Baltimore Ravens and Odafe Oweh, I was really hoping that this year he would continue where he left off last season. And I was hoping that, because it wasn't looking like the Baltimore Ravens were going to give him a contract extension, especially when you see what these pass rushers be getting paid. It was like, it's looking a little scary for Odafe Oweh. But I was hoping that he was going to make the decision very difficult for Eric DeCosta in this front office with his play. I was hoping that he was going to put some pressure on this front office by going out there in 2025 and balling out. But we just haven't heard from him for whatever reasons it could possibly be. But now, so Odafe Oweh is gone. He's with the Chargers. But what did they trade him for? Did they just get some draft capital, some draft compensation back from the Los Angeles Chargers for him? No, they got back a player too. But who? What position? Well, let's read. So the Ravens are sending Odafe Oweh and a future 7th-round pick to the Chargers. So that could be a 7th-round pick in 2027. That could be a 7th-round pick in 2028. But anyway, they're receiving safety Alohi Gilman and a 2026 5th-round pick. So that part really confused me because you have Kyle Hamilton, you have Malachi Starks, you have Ruben Lowry, you have Sanusi Kane, you just signed CJ Gardner-Johnson, but you're acquiring another safety. Now, I thought there was a chance that Kyle Hamilton could have played in this game against the Texans last week. And he'll probably play in the game against the Rams. We'll see how that groin injury goes. So I don't think it's because of a lingering issue with him. And then you just sign him to a contract extension, so he's not going anywhere. Malachi Starks, that's a first-round draft pick this year. He's not going anywhere. And he's healthy too. So those two, your top safeties, no questions about them, no worries about them. Sanusi Kane, I didn't hear any reports about him being hurt in that game. Ruben Lowry, undrafted rookie free agent who made the roster, ain't hear no reports about him being hurt in the game. And while he may have struggled here and there, and maybe this is just the Baltimore Ravens upgrading their depth at safety even more. But again, with the CJ Gardner signing, that's where it's just very confusing to me why you're acquiring another safety. I don't get that part. But then I start to wonder too, all right, are the Baltimore Ravens having a fire sale? Are they like, you know what, everybody must go? I can't necessarily say that with Odafe Oweh because, again, he hasn't been a huge impact player for the Baltimore Ravens this season thus far. But I guess we just got to continue and wait to see what these Baltimore Ravens do next because this trade, them trading Odafe Oweh is not like, it's very surprising. It is very surprising. But then when you think about it, when you think about how with Odafe Oweh, it wasn't looking like it wasn't trending like he was going to get a contract extension. So the Baltimore Ravens probably, you know what? We're not going to sign him to a contract extension, and we know that. So you know what? Let's get something for him rather than getting nothing. So if he would have left in free agency this offseason, then you would have got a compensatory pick in 2027. Not even 2026, but in 2027, depending on what his contract was. So I guess the Ravens were like, you know what? Let's just get something now instead of nothing. That part, okay. But then bringing in the safety, Alohi Gilman. So, hey, hopefully everything works out. And again, it provides quality depth. With CJ Gardner-Johnson, he's like a safety / corner. He can do some different things. So maybe that's maybe it's the name of the game, quality depth and player. The more you can do in the secondary. But hey, one thing that's also interesting about this whole thing, you're bringing in all these secondary players, which is cool. That's nice. You want more depth. You want more quality depth. But who's getting to the passer? Your pass rush, although it was really, really bad already, it was terrible. It was, it was rough. Your pass rush just got even worse, though, because now you have even less bodies on a defensive line. You have even less edge guys. So I gotta think, I gotta think that Ravens are not done yet. There's no way that this is the final move that our Baltimore Ravens are. They're not done. I'm guaranteeing that one. I am guaranteeing that one that they are not done yet, because you don't just, all right, Odafe Oweh, you're out of here. We love you. Thanks for everything, but you're gone. No, you don't do that. You don't just roll with Mike Green, with David Ajabo, who's also in the last year of his deal, Kyle Vanoy, who's also in the last year of his deal, Tavius Robinson, Adisa Isaac, he hasn't even been playing yet. Ravens, y'all not slick. Y'all are not slick. I know y'all got something else up y'all sleeve. I know y'all do. And I ain't going to say Max Crosby's name out loud, because I don't think y'all going to go crazy like that. I will. Woo! I wish y'all would. I ain't going to count on you to do something like that, though. But I know for sure that y'all are not done yet. Not with this. Oh, no. I know y'all are not done yet. So when it comes out, whatever y'all end up doing, y'all just do it the right way. Do it big. So, because now, again, we already needed more defensive linemen. We need more push up front, really on both sides of the ball, on offensive line and defensive line, but certainly on defensive line, even more now. And we know the Ravens are frustrating. The Ravens can be very confusing sometimes. The Ravens can really be annoying. But one thing that they are not is stupid. So if we know that this depletes an already bad pass rush, the Ravens, they gotta be doing something else. Cause again, this is not it. I know it's not. I know it's not. And the Baltimore Ravens, they not tanking. They not tanking, because Lamar Jackson, he could still come back after the bye week. He could even come back this week, but he most likely gonna come back after the bye week. And when you got Lamar, you got a shot. And you done already assembled a nice roster overall. Now, especially with injuries too, you got some holes. But even without injury, you got some holes on the team. But with Lamar Jackson, he gives you a shot. So I know that they not giving up on this season. I'm just waiting to see what these boys end up doing next. Who do y'all think is going to be? What do y'all think is going to be? Do you think the Ravens going to stand pat like this? Spoiler, they not. They not. I know these boys ain't done yet, but who do y'all put in the comment section what you think the Baltimore Ravens are doing next, who you think they're going to bring in next, or who you even think they should go after. I already voiced my opinion. Y'all already know what time it is over here, because that guy over there in Nevada, I don't know. I think that the Raider, he would be a nice fit for these Baltimore Ravens. He could do everything. He's good at run defense. He's good as a pass rusher. But Ravens would have to pay a significant dollar amount for him. But you would have him signed already, because he already got his contract extension. He's already one of the best pass rushers in the league. You know your pass rush is extremely weak. It's been weak for a while. So, I mean, hey, That's my call, though. But let me know what y'all think. And let me know how crazy this is that Odafe Oweh actually got traded. Did you see this coming? Because I sure didn't at all.